to pursue prosecution, of course they should be prosecuted.
Okay. Do you
and
think their
convicted.
ethnicity should matter?
The ethnicity of these people
The
should not matter.
Okay.
Not a bit.
Now, some of these thieves also went to some restaurants and said, I need a fictitious invoice that you fed 100 people. You're not going to feed 100 people. You're just going to help me steal the money, and I'll kick back some of the money to you. Do you think those restaurant thieves should be prosecuted?
Did you just see that? That is exactly why John Kennedy is one of the most important voices in the Senate right now. No games, no grandstanding. Just straight questions that expose real problems and demand real answers. In this video, Kennedy goes through some of the most brazen government fraud cases you will ever hear about. Medicaid money meant to feed the poor, stolen. Funds meant to help autistic children, stolen. Families getting paid to lie about their own kids. And then on top of all that, Kennedy uncovers a situation where hundreds of thousands of legal immigrants paid the government to process their applications, and DHS is just sitting on them. This man asked every question I was already thinking, and he did not let a single person off the hook. If you want a senator who actually shows up and does the work, watch this full video. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and let's get into it.
Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Professor Schwartz, you're a professor at the University of Minnesota.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful state, by the way. Wonderful state.
It's a wonderful state.
Some people in your beautiful state went to your state Medicaid department and said, we want some taxpayer money, some being state taxpayer money, some being federal taxpayer money, to feed the poor. And these entities that did that got the money, and then they stole it. But to help cover their tracks, well, before I go there, do you think those people should be prosecuted?
I think if there is reason to pursue prosecution, of course they should be prosecuted.
Okay. Do you
and
think
convicted.
their ethnicity should matter?
The ethnicity of these people should not matter.
Okay.
Not a bit.
Now, some of these thieves also went to some restaurants and said, I need a fictitious invoice that you fed 100 people. You're not going to feed 100 people. You're just going to help me steal the money, and I'll kick back some of the money to you. Do you think those restaurant thieves should be prosecuted?
I think if they have committed crimes, they should be prosecuted.
Regardless of their ethnicity?
Regardless of their ethnicity.
Okay. You had some other people in Minnesota who had a different scam. They went to the Medicaid department and said, I need state taxpayer money and federal taxpayer money to provide services to autistic children. And they got the money. And then to maximize the fruits of their theft, they went to well, first, do you think those people who...
Same answer to the question.
Okay. Now, in order to generate more money they could steal, they went to some families and said, do you have children? And some of the families said, yeah, we have kids. And they said, the thieves said, are your children autistic? And they said, well, no. And the thief said, well, would you agree to sign paperwork to say they're autistic if we kick back to you some of the money? Do you think those families should be prosecuted?
Same answer.
Okay. And you don't think their ethnicity should matter?
Not a bit.
Okay. All right, Mr. Is it Hankerson?
Hankinson, yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hankinson. Did I understand you to say that you have studied immigrant communities throughout the United States in terms of fraud levels on social services?
Not specifically, no. I've done visa interviews in many countries, tens of thousands of them, and I've looked at reports about
Okay,
fraud
I
levels.
misunderstood you. I'm sorry about that. It's been a long day. Mr. Byer, am I saying your name right?
It's Mr. Beer.
Mr. Beer. I like beer better.
Most people do.
Tell me that, I think I heard you say that some people, some folks who've come to our country and are trying to get status to stay, have applied to the Department of Health of DHS, and they've paid money, and DHS is doing nothing?
Oh, that's right. Yep, they're
That's
sitting
a-
on
that's
their
a-
applications, not
that's
processing them.
That's a pretty bold statement. How many people, I'm not saying you're wrong, I don't know. How many people we're talking about?
About half of the immigrant flow right now.
So how many-
90 countries are
How many
affected
people
by
is-
the
how many
State
people is-
Department ban.
How many people is that?
Well, it's at least 300,000 abroad and probably twice
Okay,
that when you consider the
you're
people already
saying
in
that
the
the
U.S.
300,000 folks have gone to DHS to seek some kind of permanent status or semi-permanent status to stay. At least 300,000, and they paid money to DHS, and DHS has done nothing. Is that what?
That's right. Yeah, they're sitting on their applications.
Well,
or
who
they're
at
just
DHS is
putting
doing
them in the
that?
trash.
Who at DHS is doing this?
Oh, it's Joseph Edlow. He's
Who
in
is
charge
Joseph
of it.
Edlow?
He came up with this policy to just.
Who is he?
He's the head of USCIS. Joseph Edlow is the head of USCIS. He came up with this
He's
policy
the DHS?
where he is just.
Slow down a minute, man.
he's
You've
just-
had too much coffee. He's at DHS?
I'm just from New Jersey. So,
I understand. Great state, too. Who does he report to?
Secretary Noem, of course.
Okay. Does Secretary know whether this?
I don't know what Secretary Noem knows, but she's aware of the general tenor of this
Well,
administration.
what's his name?
Joseph Edlow,
Mr. Edlow. Who's his boss?
Secretary Noem.
Okay. And you can document all this?
Oh, absolutely. They put out a memorandum saying we're not processing these people, and Secretary Rubio is involved as well when it comes to the
Would
State
you send
Department.
me that memo, please?
I will absolutely send that to you.
I went way over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John.
I appreciate that.
Senator
Thank you.
Kennedy, I'm informed that USCIS is slowing adjudication because of the huge backlog and the lack of vetting of these migrants during the Biden administration is the reason that we've been given.
Yeah, I don't know. I just heard Mr. Beer, and I'm not saying he's right or wrong. Those are pretty bold allegations that they're taking the money and they're not doing anything, and I just want to know if it's true or not.
Well, they're making sure that these people are vetted, so we don't end up with people like the National Guards woman here in Washington,
Yeah.
D.C. that was killed by an African.
I
admitted
mean,
under
I don't have a
parole.
problem with vetting. I just want to know whether what the witness is saying is true.
Now that you have seen the whole thing, let me tell you what stood out to me. The Medicaid fraud cases. Kennedy walks through 3 separate scams all happening in Minnesota, all draining taxpayer money meant to help real people. Money for food. Money for autistic children. And in that last scheme, these thieves were paying families to lie about their own kids. Your child is not autistic, but you sign paperwork saying they're just to collect a kickback. That is a new level of disgusting. Kennedy's back and forth with Professor Schwartz was sharp. He kept it simple. Should these people be prosecuted?
Yes.
Should their ethnicity matter?
No.
He made the professor say it out loud every single time on the record because Kennedy knows how these conversations get twisted later. He closed every loophole before anyone could open one. Then he turns to Mr. Beer, and this is where it gets bigger. At least 300,000 people paid the government money and got nothing back. Kennedy got a specific name, a specific memo, and a specific policy, all on the record. He asked for the evidence right there on the spot. When the committee tried to explain it away as a backlog problem, Kennedy did not take the bait. He just said, I want to know if it is true. That is intellectual honesty. He is not there to score points. He is there to find out what actually happened. That is the John Kennedy people need to see more of.